Good morning, everybody. It's Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. Friends, it is May the 20th, 2020, and today I want to talk about recharging. Yes, recharging. Friends, I know we all have cell phones at this point, right? Everybody got one. And I don't know what made me think about this today, but hey, I think we're all familiar with the concept of charging our cell phones, right? To be honest, it's like I'm always keeping mine on charge. Not that it always needs it. I think the phone I have is a little better now that, I can unplug it at sometimes, but for the most part, if I'm home or something like that, I most likely have the phone on charge. Well, friends, how much more do we need to be charging or recharged when it comes to this whole relationship with Christ, huh? I know we all know Isaiah 40 and 31, which basically says, "They that wait on the Lord shall renew their strength." But how many of us actually do that? How many of us actually take the time to recharge our spiritual batteries? I don't know how many of us actually do. But I suggest that, we all, take some time to do that, friends. Because, yes, it's very important to, again, spend that daily time with the Lord. But, we might find ourselves getting in a rut. We might find ourselves either being overwhelmed or maybe even tired or I don't know how you're feeling. But hopefully I can help you this morning with some ideas on how to recharge that spiritual battery and get to full so we can get out there and do the will of God. So you may be wondering, how can I recharge my batteries? Well, I just have a few ways you could do that. I'm just going to give some few suggestions, but I'm sure if you go to the Lord, He'll let you know exactly how He would like you to recharge your batteries. But here's some ideas. One, going back to the basics, friends: prayer, praise, reading the Word. All those things can recharge your spiritual batteries, especially if you're not taking any time to do those things. Well, hey, how much more will your spirit be charged when you actually do it? At the end of the day, even just remembering what God did for you throughout your life, just kind of reflecting on those things can recharge your spiritual batteries. And if you feel like God ain't did nothing for you, then, at least think about what He did on the cross, because He did that for everybody. So, you can't say He didn't do that for you. Yes. So, reflect on that and what that means, and, the grace and mercy that comes through that selfless act. Reflecting on those things can be a great way to recharge your battery. Next, I would just get, focus on the body and the soul, friends. You gotta take that time to get some rest. It's easy to get busy. It's easy to just overwork yourselves and things like that. We just need to be reminded of that Sabbath, friends. That's a literal full day of rest. But, take some time, make sure you're resting and relaxing, and, maybe even take some time to meditate. Or say if you're doing too much resting and relaxing, then, hey, do the opposite, friends. Go work out. Go do some active, Both of those things can recharge your spiritual batteries. Get the blood pumping on one hand, and then, let it cool down on another. So, where you are and which one you need. So, hey, that's one way that you can recharge your spiritual batteries. And last but not least, this is another little option. If you're feeling like things are a little bit mundane, a little routine, it's getting a little stale, then friends, go ahead and, spice it up a little bit, do a little something different. Whatever you're currently doing, don't just keep doing that. And if it's going to be draining you, add a little spice to it, as I say. For example, a little spice could be a little daily prayer. If you're not doing that, friends, then, hey, start to do it. That could be a little something you could do. Making gratitude lists or something like that. If you in your mind, you're like, oh, I don't know what God has done for me. He ain't did nothing for me. Well, take a little time and really think about it and make a list. And you might find that he's done way more than you think. Something that I do, that has helped me is journaling. It helps me get my thoughts out. It helps me, that's basically it. It just helps me get my thoughts out and out of my head. Obviously, I have a lot to say. Here I am, every day saying something to y'all. So, you guys can probably get a little peek at how my mind works. I can be all over the place sometimes. So yeah, slowing down and writing down my thoughts and things like that can help me. That's a little something you can do. And I would say fellowshipping with others as well. I know there's a lot of churches out there that have life groups and things like that. Hey, if you're not part of one, get part of one. Add a little spice. And I think, being around other people and other believers, can help with our spiritual recharge. Now, friends, you may be wondering why. Why should I recharge my spiritual battery? Well, I think I gave some reasons, but hey, here we go. Well, friends, it's encouraged for us to have a daily connection with God. In Matthew 4:4, Jesus answered, "It is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God." Well, friends, if we're not familiar with the Word of God, then again, how can we recharge? How can we have that daily connection? That's one reason it's, a daily thing that needs to be occurring. Also, it can help others as well, because how can we give and do the Great Commission and do the things that we're supposed to be doing when we don't, we're not filled, we can't, there's nothing to give because there's so much that is we're empty. We're spiritually empty, basically, I know that Paul says in Philemon 1:7, "For I have derived much joy and comfort from your love, my brother, because the hearts of the saints have been refreshed through you." Well, friends, let's just say he's talking to Philemon, and I'm sorry I didn't research who he was talking to, so I apologize for that. So let's just imagine it, right? Let's just imagine real quickly that he's talking to a particular person, Philemon. Now, if Philemon wasn't spiritually full, how could he give in order to refresh someone else? Just saying, friends. Let's go ahead and recharge and see what the Lord do with it. All right. Let's get into the Bible verse of today, and that is Revelations 3:20. It says, "Behold, I stand at the door, knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him, and I will sup with him, and he with me." Yes, friends. Yes, indeed. Well, there's one more thing I wanted to leave you all with. And it's just interesting that, again, the Bible verse of the day just coincides with what I'm telling you, friends. But hey, here we go. Basically, what I want to leave you all with is just kind of, let's look at our current circumstance. Let's look at the circumstance of the world right now. We're all in the midst of COVID-19, or Corona. We all know about that. So we're all in the midst of this Rona situation, and I just, this is my personal, I just kind of feel like God has given us a chance to reset and, to reset, regroup, and everything like that spiritually. So, I'm praying that, those that are ready and willing will take that opportunity to recharge, reset, and get, being about our Father's business. As the, Bible verse of today here just said, He's here, He's knocking, He's ready to, fellowship with us. And, basically wrapping that whole situation up, or the whole Bible verse of the day. And so, He's there, friends. So what we need to be doing is opening the door, recharging, resetting, go back to our first love, back to the basics, friends, and do God's will. That's it. Well, friends, I hope that you enjoyed the juice this morning, and I hope that you go forth and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Looking forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye, bye, bye.
Hey, it's your guy Kelvin, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love. We hope you are enjoying the group panel discussions as well as the juice coming into you every morning to give you that inspiration before your day gets started. We love to hear from you. If you have some topic discussions, send them our way. All right, enjoy.